Zen. What is it? Well, first of all, it's mainly practiced in Asia, specifically China, Korea, Vietnam, and Japan, and sometimes India. The dictionary says that Zen is the idea that enlightenment can be attained through meditation, self-contemplation, and intuition, rather than faith and devotion. Well, that's really cool, but Zen is a whole lot more than that. Zen is physical, and emotional, and mental. And as our class can tell you from our experience with Zen, it's a great form of self-discovery. Our class practiced Zen dance, and in doing so, we found acceptance, inner peace, balance, and tranquility. We also found Zen to be an effective form of healing, a great way to meditate, a great way to focus our minds and empty them completely, and zone out, or Zen out in this case. We were able to isolate ourselves completely and recall memories we weren't sure were there, and in some cases, we found Zen to be quite miraculous. With this knowledge, we were able to move on to Zen Dance. There's really no right or wrong answer as to what Zen Dance actually is. In short, Zen Dance is the visual expression of inner thoughts and emotions. You completely block out the outside and focus only on your own thoughts, becoming completely unaware of what is around you. Zen Dance is the physical embodiment of emotions, thoughts, literature, and music. In her piece, Falling Moon, Ting-Yu Chen improvises choreography based off of the calligraphy that spells out Falling Moon. If you watch carefully, you'll see that her arms and legs illustrate the brushstrokes used to create the phrase. Calligraphy is a great place to look for inspiration for a Zen dance. Other places to find inspiration are through poetry, paintings, songs that you liked or that spoke to you, stories you want to tell, something you saw in nature, or your own emotions. I chose to base my Zen dance on something I found in nature, this blooming orchid to be specific. My idea is to recreate the movement of its petals as well as the buds as they begin to bloom. I also really liked this picture of an orchid that I found. I'm hoping to illustrate the movement of the reed as it grows upward, and the three buds towards the bottom of the painting. In order to perform my Zen dance, I first had to prepare myself by blocking out everything except my present thoughts. At this point, I was ready to recreate the movements of the blooming orchid. I wanted my hands and feet to represent the buds, and the rest of my body to represent the stem, as the orchid grew. As I got more involved, my entire body became a bud, blooming and unblooming as my dance progressed. My interpretation of the painting came into the process as well. I mainly focused on illustrating the movement of the reeds as they grew up. As I saw it, each leap and jump represented a flower, blooming from a bud. I would call Zen dance yoga. Yoga is an Indian practice, and it is the physical and mental state of peace and concentration. There are 8 limbs of yoga, and they include yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Yama is the 5 abstentions, which are violence, lying, covetousness, sensuality, and possessiveness. Basically, you're working towards having all of those forces absent from your life. Niyama is the 5 observances. They are purity, contentment, austerity, study, and giving oneself to God. Asana is simply the seated position for yoga meditation. Pranayama, similarly, is suspended breathing. There's a special way of breathing for yoga, and it is derived from 2 words. Prana, which means to breathe, and ayama, which is to restrain. The rest of the limbs of yoga are all very closely related to Zen dance. Pratyahara is abstraction. It is the withdrawal of sense organs from external objects. Dharana is concentration, the fixation of the attention on a single object. Dhyana is meditation, and samadhi is the ultimate goal of yoga, liberation. I think the biggest similarity between Hindu yoga and Taiwanese Zen dance is the sense of liberation you feel at the end. Yoga may have a lot more rules, but the two have a common goal: meditation and liberation. In spiritual elements and self-discovery, I think Zen dance and yoga are both very effective. And while Zen dance may not have the ancient history to back it up, I think that Zen dance may be the most effective way to discover yourself, to meditate, and to liberate yourself from the world around you.